Hello, it's Fellonius the Old Yapper again, and I'm still going through the items that my friends have talked about and wanted me to think and say something about. Now, it's hard to make a causerie about everything, but some things are more it's easier than others. Plastic models, plastic kits. Now, I'm not totally sure that all my listeners knows anything about these, but for me it was the most lovely thing that I could even think of. I had, well, I'm not totally sure when I dropped them, but I think I had something like 450 plastic models. And I still remember the first one. It was an Airfix model with two aircrafts in it. It was a Spitfire Mark 9, I think. It wasn't Mark 6. No, it was Mark 9. And a Messerschmitt Bf 110D, a heavy fighter. And the Spitfire, I actually have that Spitfire still with me, but I have repainted it so many times that it really doesn't look like a Spitfire anymore. And I think the last time I painted it, I made it Swedish with snow coloring. That's it, white, of course. Now, I'm not totally sure. Never mind. But the reason I still remember it was that we lived way out on the country, and there was no buses and there was no other way of getting anywhere except for bicycling. And my father was the only one who had any driving license, so, well, if we wanted to go anywhere, we have to bike. And me and my brother, well, what were we? 9? I think he was 9 and I was 12. We didn't bike that long. I mean, 3 kilometers, that's about it. That's 2 miles. And then we get some candy and get back again. And there were plenty of hills and steep things to go. But now and then we took a longer turn and made it 4 miles, 6 kilometers. But the absolute worst thing was that we biked all the way into the big city, out in the big traffic and all the traffic lights and all that. And we did that without telling anyone that we did that. 9 and 12-year-old, well, today it wouldn't be possible, I suppose, because parents are curling their kids. But we did. We biked, and it was 13 kilometers one way, and we biked all the way into the big city and went to the toy shop, and I bought myself my first plastic model Spitfire and the Bf 110. Now let's get back to the point. We didn't get back home again, not on our bikes, that is, because our father went mad, because we didn't tell our mother that we had went, so she didn't know where we were. There were no cell phones back then, and well, we were biking home when we met our father, and he was totally mad. Yeah, we get our asses full, I can tell you that. And we tried to convince him that nothing had happened. Yes, but you have to, yeah, you know the drill. You have to tell the parents what you're doing. And we knew that if we had told my mother, we wouldn't have been allowed to bike anyway. And we had summer vacation and all that. I mean, the days were long enough. Now, the plastic models I used in the beginning was mainly aircraft. And when I came towards getting my own driving license, I suddenly get the interest of American cars. Still do now and then. And then I saw the movie Convoy with Chris Christopherson, and suddenly it should be American trucks. It goes with whatever. I should always have plastic models with what I did. And then I saw Star Wars and all that. Let's see, Battlestar Galactica, and I needed, of course, to have both the Viper and the Cylon. Yeah. Well, you can understand the drill, right? It just expands beyond. But on the other hand, it was a ruin back on the old ones, because I couldn't have all my plastic models up at the same time. I mean, 450 of them, that's too much. Okay, the cars was easy enough. You could just put them on a shelf, or plenty of shelves, and so I did. But the aircraft, you couldn't. And now and then we moved, and every time you moved there were more pieces of aircraft than there was really aircraft. So it became impossible, and suddenly I felt like this isn't for a grown-up person. So in 1998 I threw most of them. Yeah, but my heart couldn't throw them all. There was no way. So I think I kept like 75, 80. Yeah, that many, not one or two or three. 75, 80, I think. I can probably get a list on that. And I still have them, and now I have started to make my own plastic models again, mainly because it is a very nice way of just sitting and letting your thoughts wander about, and it's away from the computer. That's the main piece of this creative thing. But it's also the way. I mean, I'm not really interested in the final product anymore. It's not the result that is the interesting thing. It is the way you get to the end. It is how you suddenly change your thinking about, no, I should not have beige seats in this car, I should have yellow, or whatever. And you can suddenly sit there and read about how many cylinders that Ford engine has, or you just relax. You relax in a very nice way. At least that's what I think. So yeah, I'm not really bothering about if it's adult or not, or if it's even remotely interesting. I know that my son will just dump them all in a container somewhere and it will go to waste, but up till then it is mine. I will keep them, and it's my interest. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Bye.